Hey y'all, Tiffany Gladney here with your weekly legislative update for child advocates. Jones Street was absolutely bustling this week as the legislature tackled various issues from arming school security guards to guns rights and, of course, Medicaid expansion. Can you tell I'm excited? And we are celebrating here at NC Child because Medicaid expansion passed the House. We are one huge step closer to coverage for an estimated 600,000 North Carolinians. Now, all eyes are on the Senate. Additionally, some other bills that we are following moved quickly this week. So, on the health side, of course, we saw House Bill 76, which is the Medicaid expansion bill sponsored by Representative Donnie Lambeth. And this bill would indeed expand eligibility for Medicaid for adults up to 133% of the federal poverty level. 90% of the cost of covering the expansion population would be paid by the federal government, with the remaining 10% coming from the hospital assessments. The bill also has a workforce development component, including career development training, job placement, recruiting services, and more. The bill does not, however, include any of the healthcare reform elements we saw last session. There were some amendments on the House floor Wednesday of this week, and all three of those amendments passed. So the first one was sponsored by Representative Keith Kidwell of Beaufort County, and it stipulates that if Medicaid work requirements were to become permissible under federal law, the state will implement them. The second amendment was to add $50 million to cover administrative costs in county offices who are facing the huge task of determining eligibility for Medicaid. And finally, legislators added $14.4 million in a third amendment that creates a forgivable loan program aimed at bringing new doctors to work in rural areas in exchange for tuition support. The bill cleared all committee hurdles this week, passed its second and third readings in the House by a wide margin, and it has officially been sent to the Senate. So, on the child safety front, we saw House Bill 125, Safe Surrender Infants, which was filed in the House this week as the companion version to Senate Bill 20 that we've been talking about, which of course passed the Senate last week. This bill includes language that addresses confidentiality, immunity, and duties of those in temporary custody of the surrendered infant. The bill is a priority of the Child Fatality Task Force and has been assigned to the House Judiciary 2 Committee. We also saw House Bill 72, the Firearm Safe Storage Awareness Initiative, which seeks to create a statewide safe storage program for firearms in order to prevent children from getting access to unsecured guns. House Bill 72 has a companion bill in the Senate, which is Senate Bill 67. This legislation is also a priority of the Child Fatality Task Force. House Bill 72 received unanimous support from the House Judiciary 2 Committee and will now head to the House Rules and Operations Committee. Meanwhile, the same bill language was rolled into a fast-moving gun bill in the Senate that would roll back some existing restrictions on firearms. Then we have Senate Bill 41, which is Guarantee Second Amendment freedom and protections. This legislation originally began as a bill to allow people going to places of worship that also serve as schools or have a school attached to carry concealed handguns. This week in the House Judiciary Committee, Senate Bill 41 gained two new components. The first, it would get rid of permitting system for the sale of handguns. And second, the committee added the Firearm Safe Storage Awareness Initiative language supported by the Child Fatality Task Force. With these two additions, Senate Bill 41 passed the Judiciary Committee and then passed the full Senate Thursday on a party line vote. And y'all, That's it for the bill summaries for this week. But remember, you can always check out our live bill tracker anytime to get updates on these and many other bills we're monitoring. It's on our website and linked in the legislative update email. Thanks so much for what you do for kids and families, and let's make it a great one, y'all.